Good day, everyone. You're welcome to this week's Business and Investment Tips Program, a production of RCCG Christ Church Radio with Ayodeji Ebo, an investment professional. This week, the focus is on the January 2023 inflation numbers and expectations. Last week, the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, released the Consumer Price Index, CPI report for January 2023. The Consumer Price Index, CPI, is used to calculate inflation as it measures the average change over time in the prices of goods and services consumed by people for day-to-day living. Based on the report, inflation rose to 21.82% year-on-year in January 2023 from 21.34% year-on-year in December 2022. This is its highest level since the CPI was rebased in 2009. Similarly, on a month-on-month basis, inflation hinged higher to 1.9% versus 1.7% in December 2022. This came after the 0.12% drop in December to 21.34%. The lingering fuel scarcity caused by the poor supply of petrol was a major driver of the rise in inflation, as petrol prices fluctuated across 185 naira per litre to 300 naira per litre in Lagos and was much higher in other states. Food inflation, which is the biggest driver of headline inflation, contributing over 50% to the CPI basket, reached 24.32% year-on-year, up from 23.75% in December 2022. This was largely due to the higher cost of petrol, which increased transportation costs and was passed on to consumers in the form of higher food prices. Similarly, core inflation, which removes the impact of farm produce, rose to 19.16% year-on-year from 18.49% year-on-year in December. In an attempt to control inflation, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has employed a demonetization policy, which involves replacing the current 200 naira, 500 naira, and 1000 naira notes in circulation with new government-issued naira notes. This policy aims to also reduce corruption, encourage digital payment methods. However, it has led to cash shortage in the economy, erupting chaos and riots across the country. This comes right before the much-awaited general election expected to take place on the 25th of February. In the short term, a cash shortage will make people less able to buy goods and services, which can reduce demand and lead to lower prices. Although a prolonged shortage might create supply chain disruptions and lead to a decrease in food production, which can drive up prices. This may add an additional pressure point to the inflation alongside higher fuel scarcities, depreciation of the naira, lingering insecurity, and infrastructural deficiencies. Ultimately, it can undermine the efforts to stabilize prices. It is important to note that accelerating inflation, which means that a persistent decline in the value of naira, has a negative impact on your investments. Therefore, it is advisable to have a significant portion of your long-term investments in dollars. You can also check out our podcast on investing in dollar-denominated assets to understand the investment process and the opportunities. Thank you for listening. Please join us same time next week for another interesting and insightful session. For comments and feedback, kindly forward to ebo.ayodeji@gmail.com or send an SMS to 07082463747. Stay blessed.